You look
Times two, exactly.
That's the same thing.
Well, I'm going on vacation next week.
So welcome
Well,
everybody.
you look like you already got a glow.
My name is Nadia. My nickname is Essence, and my last name is Vance. But you can call me either Nadia or Essence. So I'm from Philadelphia, PA. I came out to speak to y'all today because I've been corresponding with Miss Rita since last year, and I couldn't make it last year. So I said, "You still got a spot for me 2025?" I said, "Come on, son, I'm here." So I'm a social worker from Philadelphia. Now I have many hats, but most of all, I'm a mother, single parent, and I'm here to talk about that aspect of my life and kind of relate with my parents here. Former corrections, child welfare, what else? I'm an author, motivational speaker, substitute teacher.
Girl, you got many hats.
Yeah, a lot of hats. And I sing, and I do poetry. So I do a lot of things, but most of all, I do what makes me happy. So I'm here to talk to you today about just kind of like staying focused with what you want to do with your life. Sometimes things happen in our life where we have to do things because we're either ordered to or someone expects something of us. And what do we do with the care for ourselves? What do?
We take care of somebody else.
Before we take care of us. So I'm here to remind you, take care of yourself, just as well as we take care of other people. Because if we wear ourselves out, what happens? We have nothing else to do, right? So. It's simple and plain to say, you matter, love yourself. You heard it a million times. But what does it really mean to really be able to recharge your battery when nobody is there as your cheerleader? We give to our children, we give to our partners, we give to our job, we give to our community, we give to our church, we give to whoever, we are aligned with. But at the end of the day, sometimes we go home and cry. I know I've done it. Sometimes why is this burden on me? I'm the strongest one in my family. I have to carry everybody. I have to counsel everybody. I have to understand everybody, but nobody is knocking on my door, checking on me. So something that I learned along the way as a social worker, I used to do parenting education, teaching classes to men and women. Some of them were court orders, some of them were just coming because they had nothing else to do. But we made our own community. And I learned a lot about myself as a parent. I didn't know it all. I'm one of 6. My father was incarcerated when I was 6 years old, and my mother did it by herself. I saw depression, I saw PTSD, I saw bipolar disorder, I saw eating disorder, I saw a lot of things as a child. And growing up as an adult, what happened? It transferred to me, transferred to my siblings. So as parents, sometimes we forget what we do in front of our children. We can't help it. They're witness to it. But they're our best supporters, they're our best cheerleaders, and they are, I didn't expect the babies here today, but they are with us through whatever. My children are 24 and 26. They are still with me. My son, I think, is afraid to leave me because he's been with me so long. He's been that stable man because he didn't have the father. So our fathers that are here today, I applaud you for being here because your children need you. It doesn't take away from us at all to be humble. It doesn't take away from us at all to be transparent and ask our children, how was your day? Do you want to talk about anything? Do you need anything? Sometimes we don't do that. Sometimes it's, I'm coming, I don't feel like talking to you, go to your room. I need 45 minutes to calm down because I'm coming from work. Go to your room. So having an environment in our home where it's not only safe for us to repair and rebuild, it's safe for our babies to repair and rebuild. Because they go into work too, you know? I just thought I'd mention y'all because you're here. So, some of the challenges that we have as parents, and you can agree or you can disagree. Forgiveness. I blame my mama. I blame my daddy. Blah, 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 blah. When do we say, I gotta look at me? When do we say, hey, I gotta check myself sometime and keep it real? My caseworker not gonna hold me accountable all the time. My kids not, because I'm gonna tell them to close their mouth. You don't have the right to talk to me like that. So who's gonna check us? Nobody, right? We gotta check ourselves, right? So let me go to this one. I just want you to look at this one paper I brought you. It looks like this. This is called a genogram template. And the way that I designed it is to recognize intergenerational behavior patterns. And what I just said is going to reflect this paper because it has grandfather, grandmother, father, mother, you, and your child. So what did grandmom and granddad, what did our parents do to us? What behavior did they pass down to you? So if your father passed something down to your father and then they pass that down to you, I need you to write that down. And then what behavior did you pass on to your child from this pattern? Then if your grandmother passed something to the mother, it could be, you know, either if your dad's parents, your mom's parents, whatever. I'm just using this as an example. What behavior did you pick up from your mother that went to you? And then what behavior from your mother did you transfer to your parenting style? Because it's a reflection time that I want y'all to kind of pay attention to right now. So we're going to do this for 5 minutes. Just 5 minutes. 5 to 7 minutes.
But it has to be the same thing that was passed from before you.
Yeah, say if my mom was a yeller.
Yeah.
So the behavior I got from my mom,
Yelling.
I'm yelling at my kids.
Yep.
I'm going to spank them. I'm going to, you know, I'm not going to say go to the corner and turn around. But it's a catch-22. So or you could say, my dad was so loving. He just loved me so much and I got nurturing from him. It could be a good behavior or it could be a negative behavior. But we're going to review what kind of behaviors you write down just to have a reflective moment.
What if grandma raised me more?
Then
So that it's just like
then skip the mother step.
All right.
And whatever behavior grandma passed on to you, write that. Yeah.
Good or bad, right?
Yeah, good or bad. It doesn't have to be bad. Those were examples. So it could be good. We were always happy. We never had anything bad happen in the house. We always had food. Some houses didn't have food. So hey, or latchkey kids. I was a latchkey kid, so my children were latchkey kids. So leaving my kids to do what they needed to do, that's normal for me. But then somebody else's household, it might not be normal. You know what I mean? So any kind of thing, any kind of behavior, just write that down. I want to go over that real quick. So it's not all about this through the whole presentation. I'm starting here because it's a reason. About 2-3 more minutes.
Are you from here?
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia? Yeah, I'm from the South End. I can
Okay.
hear it.
My mother, North Carolina. My father's people, South Carolina.
Georgia. Oh, Georgia.
Okay.
So you're probably gonna know.
Oh, and that's another thing. Family dinners. You know, if you had family traditions like, you know, we sit down at the dinner table every day and we talk about our day, or if you're a religious household, we have religion passed down. You know, whatever. So, anybody finished? All right. So, you want to share one of yours?
Well, manners. I grew up in the South, and yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, please, and thank you. And if you didn't, you get popped. And I don't have to pop my kids. I just have to look at my kids now and say, "What did you say?" And they'll turn around and correct their behavior. But that's what I was trying to pass on to my kids from my parents.
Thank you for that. Anybody else?
My grandfather and my father were very stubborn.
Anybody else? That's fine, you don't have to share. So, the reason I wanted you to see that is for you to let you know there's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with the way we were raised. There's nothing wrong with the way that somebody did what they did, because that's all they knew how to do. That was the best they could do. And guess what you're doing? The best you can do. Forgive yourself for anything that you did not know before you knew it. Every day is about a learned experience, becoming something, evolving into something else, and changing and shifting. The day we stop learning is the day we not here anymore. I need everybody to read this one. I accept all of who I am. I love myself despite my faults. I am healed by the love that God has for me. My vision is clear on who I was meant to be. All right, now we're going up. So I needed to start you here first, because don't nobody never start here. If you don't have a testimony, you can't teach me nothing. Okay, and we can't teach each other nothing if we ain't been here first. We all come from here. Our parents came from here. Their parents came from here. But it's up to us to go here and make sure our children keep going up, right? So the blank paper, get a blank piece of paper and make a column. Just do a straight line down the middle of the paper. And this is the first column you're going to write at the top of that first column. What do we give? Who do we give to? Who do we give to, and what do we give? That's the first column. So the family, what do you give to them? Who do you give it to? Work, programs, community service, friends, relationship. So just draw one. You did, well, she did even better. She folded her paper in half. And just write that title. Who do we give to, and what do we give?
On the first column.
Yes. So 5 to 10 minutes, and write down what you give to these groups. What do you give to your family? What do you give to your work? What do you give to the programs that you attend? What do you give to your community? What do you give to your friends and your partnership, your relationship? What do you give? This is for a reason too. Need 5 minutes for that one. Let me see a show of hands where everybody is almost done or done. I want some of our men to share today.
So we're supposed to do, and the what do we give them?
Well, yeah. Who do you give something to? So just put these down. If you give something to your family, put them down. And what you give to them. If you give something to programs, put that down. What do you give to that program? If you put your friends down, what do you give to your friends? 3 minutes. We thinking today.
I understand. I got 3 teenagers at home. Spring break. Need to clean up after themselves.
Are you ready to share anything? Would you like to share one of your groups that you give to?
Sure.
Okay.
And I was gonna say, one of the things that I got from my mom is she left an abusive relationship and started her own business. And I just did that. in
Awesome.
February.
Congratulations. Yes.
So I would say for work, that's kind of my biggest focus right now. That just building this business is my baby.
Mhm.
Take care of these kids.
What we've been through is not who we are anymore. Our past is not, I like to say this, my past is not my present. And my present is not my future. We cannot control the future, but we can do something about our present. Testimony right there. Congratulations. So anybody you wanna share your group? Well, I got you. No? Okay. Okay.
I put for friends, energy, time, love. For work, I put time, energy, my focus. For family, time, money, love, effort. Relationships, connection, and effort.
Anybody else? Thank you for that. Anybody else? Yes.
Work. I share knowledge, empathy, compassion, and encouragement.
Awesome. Thank you for that. Any of my dads ready to share?
For work, 8 hours of my day, devotion on getting a task done if they ask me, to make sure I get it, and I always work towards that thank you or appreciation.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for that. Anybody else wanna share?
For my kids, I put love, support, and positive affirmation. I put for church, my time and my love for God. For work, I put my time, effort, and determination. For siblings, I put time, love, and advice. And for mother, I put time, love, and appreciation.
Awesome. Thank you for that. Anybody else before I go to the next slide?
Can we share all of them?
You can.
Oh.
Thank you.
Well, I don't know.
Come on.
For family, I put love, structure, advice, safety, and guidance.
Mm.
Work, loyalty, effort, consistency, hard work. Friends, I put support, strength, and listening. And then for like a program, I put support, example, and guidance.
Thank you for that. All of this is beautiful, and I want you to remember what you said, that you give to other people. Now, on the second side, what do you give to yourself? Title, what do you give to yourself? And I want more than 6 things. Anybody ready to share? Go ahead.
I give myself space for healing, forgiveness, opportunity for growth. I like to ground myself and then reflect.
Nice.
I didn't get to 6, but those were like the key things.
All beautiful, thank you. Anybody else? Yes.
I said, time set aside to pray and read my word. Continued motivation that today is just one day. I remind myself I have many more, that I can choose to do things different.
Exactly. Good job, everybody. Thank you.
Grace, love, sleep, rest, time limits, and
What's the most important out of that one that jumped out at me? Anybody? Rest. Okay. Anybody else?
On two of them I put, the gym and relaxation.
Come on. Anybody else? I'm sorry. Go. Right
Hope,
after, I'm sorry.
hope, compassion, patience, peace, time to heal, and wellness.
Yes. Thank you.
We give forgiveness, understanding, grace, love, hope, and respect.
It's kinda hard to give yourself the same stuff you give to other entities.
Why?
Well,
When I'm gonna use, can I use you?
cause you're not giving it, you're doing it.
Can I use you as an example? So, you're my daughter or my spouse or whatever, or my friend, just friendship, whatever the label, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna be empathetic to her. I'm gonna be forgiving to her. I'm gonna be supportive to her. I'm gonna be caring to her. I'm even gonna make sure I encourage her to go to the gym and eat better and do whatever. Why can't I do that for myself?
You can't,
Why-
it's
why-
just harder.
If we don't take care of ourselves, we can't take care of nobody else. A premise to this, for me, ooh, my arms just light up when I say that. So, this is why I'm doing these exercises with you. I need you to hear it. When we say something, we pay attention to it. When you recognize something, then you're like, maybe I can shift this. Maybe I can change it. Or maybe it's nothing wrong with it at all. I don't have to change nothing. Or maybe I'm just giving some more to somebody than I'm giving to myself. This gentleman, he gives a lot to his job, but he looks for affirmation in return.
Because it makes me feel good at the end of the day.
Correct. And sometimes you don't get it. And as social workers, we darn sure don't get it half the time. Sometimes we get cussed out for doing our job. But we still give it. Because what do I give to myself? I give myself forgiveness. I forgive me for feeling like it was about me. It ain't about you all the time. Sometimes we have to do things in our work because we have to do it. But at the end of the day, it maybe really is about us. Because if we can't take care of us, we can't go to work. We lay in the bed with depression. I've been there. I had a 15-year-old son pull me out of bed because I wanted to stay in the bed for 3 days. I didn't feel like doing it no more. My child comes in my room, Mom, get up. We need you. When I tell you our children are stronger than us sometimes things that go blind to us, where we can do other activities or pay attention to other people because we're hiding behind things that we lack inside of us, because we are ashamed to face our guilt, our unforgiveness, our acceptance of us. I forgive me for having a bad relationship with whoever, or looking at somebody or the wrong way, or judging my parents for doing what they did because they didn't know no better. 23 years old, sat on my mother's bed and forgave her for everything because I had to let it go for mine. I was pregnant with my first child and I had to go. So that past had to die. It's like if you get renewed and baptized, what happens? That old self dies, right? Renew your thinking, renew your mind from every experience. Every lived experience in our past does not designate who you are or where you are going. Remember that at the end of the day, when that door is closed and we're in that bed by ourselves, we with ourself. Ain't nobody. Nadia, I gotta talk to me. I gotta have that cry and tell myself it was okay. I did the best I could. You did the best you could at the end of the day. So tomorrow's it. I'm gonna cry, get it out, and I'm gonna jump for joy. I'm here. The sun is up. It's another day. Let's start over. Don't lay in it. Feel what you gotta feel. Get your supportive services that you have access to. Don't look for nobody else to empower you and tell you you did a good job. You tell you did a good job. I'm looking at, hey, beautiful, good job today. Hey, look, come on. I talk to myself. Talk to yourself. As long as you don't answer.
That's right.
Tell yourself you're beautiful. Tell yourself you're handsome. Tell yourself you did good. Tell yourself it's okay that your boss didn't say you did a good job, because I know I rocked this mess today. I know I deserve a bonus. And if you know your worth and you know you got more professional training or you got an opportunity to get a higher education, do that and go to the next level. What's stopping you? Business owner. Ain't nothing stopping you. You have a choice to shift whatever somebody programmed you to believe about yourself previously. It's your life. Ain't nobody walking it with you. You walking it by yourself. We have couples, we have children. At the end of the day, we came by ourselves. What are we leaving? By ourselves. So I cannot be a good partner if I'm not a good person. I cannot be a good parent if I'm not a good person. I have to change me and work on my insecurities, my lack of self-esteem. It ain't nobody's fault that I don't love myself except me. Find what you need to find and change that thought that somebody put in there that doesn't have resonance, that doesn't have a right to be there unless you allow it to. Remove it. It's not important. What's important is what you think about yourself, right? You think and what you feel about yourself. Because guess what? When you, baby, somebody could say something to me at work, and I don't have to work. I really don't. I work part-time to work because I have a purpose. I know I have to give my time because this is what I want to do with the rest of my life. So that's why I'm here. You're important to me. I have something to give. I know my worth. I have a message. I have a camaraderie with you. If I listen to your story, I bet you I can tie into your timeline with mine the same way. We don't have to know each other to be of likeness. So just remember that. And don't hold on to a governance of that voice that every time you do something good, some of us call it the enemy, right? Every time you do something good, here comes something else. Some blockage. Every time I win, here comes something else trying to hold me back. So what's going to happen? I'm going to go around it. I'm going to go through it. I'm going to find a way. Don't let it stop you. Please don't. Please don't. So we're going to fill this in together. What we're talking about is reframing your thinking. Every time I'm going to use this as an example. My brothers, they hate when I bring them into my presentations, but whatever. So my youngest brother struggles with substance use, and he's been in and out of jail. I shared a story with Miss Rita that my father was incarcerated when I was age 6, and he's still incarcerated to this day. My life was in and out of the prison as a child. I'm comfortable with the doors locked behind me. It doesn't scare me. That's why I went into corrections. I felt comfortable. There's no reason that should be comfortable, right? That's some type of trauma, right? So when we let trauma kind of overload our lives and not actually figure out what it's doing to us and think it is normal, and it's something that runs us, but we bypass the healing part of acknowledging our trauma. It's very hard, and that's the unforgiveness I was talking about. When we go through trauma as children and we grow into adults and we carry that trauma with us, it manifests in different ways. And me, it manifested through my job. And then it manifested as a parent. I was a disciplinarian, I wasn't a parent. You know, you can still tell I still got that, you know, I'm just a tomboy all around. I'm a heterosexual female, but I'm a tomboy all around. Because I'm comfortable in that, you know, template. But I know that behaviors in that template are not acceptable, and they governed my life and they needed to be changed. So those behaviors were changed. My mindset shifted and I reframed it because my children feared me. They didn't respect me. Who knows the difference between fear and respect?
Fear is fear of someone doing something to you. Respect is when my kids respect me and they fear me at the same time. All I have to do is look at them. But the difference is they know who I am, and that I don't know how to explain it.
I think there's a trust that happens when when it's not a fear. It's you want to show, prove, honor, and respect something. Fear, you're doing it to avoid something from happening.
What's the one word I'm looking for that encompasses what you just shared? One word that describes all of that. Safe.
Same.
If our family members, if our spouse, if our children are not feeling safe with us, who's the problem?
Yeah.
You know how hard that was when I had failed relationship after relationship, and my children are fearful of it. And I thought it was normal because of what I witnessed. I said, something ain't right. So I had to check me, go talk to a counselor, identify the behaviors, change the behaviors, and then shift into the person I wanted to be, right? So when we use the words I am, I'm pretty sure most of you heard that. It literally means it's real. You're creating it, you're manifesting it. I am. You're programming yourself to hear. I am intelligent. I feel it. I know I'm intelligent. I am stupid. You just told yourself you're stupid. So now you feel it and you believe it. Because I am. You put anything I am in front of, you're going to believe that afterthought. So I want to know some things that positive words. I need some I ams from y'all to put up there. You are what?
Gonna overcome.
I need one more. I am.
A light in a room.
Come on. I am
Present.
present. Come on. Now tell me why that's so powerful.
Because if you're not present, then you're not doing the things you need to do. For instance, if I'm not there, my kids don't get groceries, they don't get told what to do, where to go, how to do things.
Which sense are you recognizing? You're recognizing the physical sense. So recognize another sense with that word.
Like awareness.
How else can you be present? Awareness, physically,
Mentally.
come on,
Spiritually.
and emotionally. Because if you want compassion, you want understanding, you want empathy, you know, empathy is understanding, but you want somebody to relate to you, you gotta have it for somebody else too, right? So I am present, I am, what else?
Strong.
Strong. Any more? That's all we got?
Capable.
Come on. Any more? Because we're going to say this.
Enough.
Enough. Oh! Period. Yes. All right, let's go. ways to shift your thinking. When using the words I am in front of anything, you say, follow these words with positive affirmations to begin to reprogram your mind, feeding what? What did it say? Your self-esteem with what? Good energy. I am
Going to overcome.
I am.
The light in the room.
I am.
Present.
I am.
Strong.
I am.
Capable.
Enough.
All right, we're going to say them individually. Gotta get the rhythm going. I am.
Strong.
I am.
Capable.
I am.
Enough.
We're going to start over again. I am going.
To overcome.
I am.
The light in the room.
I am.
Present.
I am.
Strong.
I am.
Capable.
I am.
Enough.
Period. Let's go. Woo! So, how did that make you feel? Warren?
Energetic.
Empowered.
Relieved.
Did it make you feel cared for at all? Paid attention to? Just a little bit. That's all I ask. That's all I need. So when we put intention behind our thoughts, intention, okay, how am I going to say? Actively doing something, actively thinking something, actively believing something. I was with my second graders doing subject verbs. I said, Lord have mercy, I'm back. So being active with a verb, you're literally doing something, right? It's a motion. So action to me is movement. It means so many words. Movement, forward thinking, advancement, evolution, growth. Intention embodies all of that. Because when you are intentional with something, what happens? Change, right? So I'm going to keep pointing you because the biggest example, I got two. If okay, I'm gonna ask. Does anybody want to share a story of how their intention over their life created change, other than the two that I know of already? How did the intention from you through your actions create change over your life?
Getting hired on to my job 6 months in or 5 months in because I knew I needed a change, and the only way to get a change was to go to the manager of operations and let them know, like, I cannot work here if the holidays roll up and I'm not hired on, and like 2 weeks later I was hired on. So I had to really be like, hey, I need this. I cannot be temporary. What is it that I have to do to make sure that this happens?
And what did you do to other than vocally and verbally say something to him? What did you do intentionally?
Walked up to his office and
Physically.
basically,
Come on.
like, had to go to his office, sit down, schedule a meeting, fill out the application, get the background check. I had to.
But what else did you do? Present. You had a presence about yourself.
Believed in yourself.
Believed in herself. So your belief in your capabilities created change.
Yeah.
Your intention to go in there and command respect and obtain a new status of employment to improve your quality of life created change. Intention branches. Everything that we give to other people is intentional. What we give to ourselves must be intentional as well. It creates change actively. On a mental, physical, spiritual, emotional level, whatever we give to ourselves creates change. And it can be positive, or it can be what? I ain't going back. I ain't going back. I'm done. I'm done. I don't want to struggle like that anymore. I don't want to feel in the dumps anymore. I want to stay where I'm at and know what it's like to keep going. I want some more. This is good. I want some more of this love for me. You know what I mean?
Move forward.
Come on. So, one thing I want you to do is look at this paper.
Vision.
Yes, yes, sir. So this paper is pretty much having you look forward to your future manifestations of your life, your future hopes, dreams. The first question is, what is my ideal life on the day when I open this letter? So this is what that means. I want you to write a letter. You can do this at home. Do this at home. Write a letter. Take this, read it over. Write a letter to your future self. To your future self. Everything you hope, everything you want to see, say from five years from now. What do you want to see happen in your life in 5 years? What do you expect to have happened in your life in 5 years? Girl, don't go back to Johnny. I don't want to see you with Johnny in 5 years. Whatever you want, a job, a new relationship, money, whatever you want to see, accomplishments, a certification, a graduation, a trip, whatever you want to see, I want it in that letter. And seal it. Lick it, close it, staple it, whatever you got to do, put it in your safe, put it under your bed. Open it up on that date. 5 years from the day, open it up. Now, people tell you, you've heard this, Steve Harvey say this, write down 100 things, and in 12 months, cross them off, and all of them will manifest. That is possibly true when you put intention to every thought. So, before that 5-year mark, on a sub-homework level, write a letter to yourself every year. And on that year, you open that letter. Don't check it off every day. Remember what you can make a copy. Because I have in my binder, I have about 200 things. So I'll go back in when I remember every 3-4 months, whatever. You can check in it. So have a copy. Put in that letter. Seal that letter. You open it up in a year. You better have most of them things off that list. It has to be intention over your change, over your shift, over reframing the way you think about your present self. Remember, the past is done. That built us to who we are right now. We done with that. So now we're working on here, which you have control over. Because we drive ourselves crazy trying to fix stuff we can't fix no more, right? Or think about stuff that ain't here yet. You don't have no control over the future. That's God's. We got control over this.
Does the letter has to include us only?
Mm-hmm.
Because usually as parents we start thinking right away about our kids.
I want to see what you want for you.
Okay.
This is my next, I'm glad you said that. Those of us that are parents, our purpose is to raise our children, right?
Mm-hmm.
What happens when they 24, 25, 26 like mine? What's your purpose?
Get him out
I'm
of the
gonna
house.
sit in the room with Popeyes and a 2-liter Coke, rocking, watching the stories because I don't have no kids in the house no more. No. So that's what the letters are for too. So I'm gonna write this letter. I'm gonna open it up in a year from today. And mind you, make a copy so you'll remind yourself along the way every couple months. Check in, make sure you're doing good. But at that year, that's the original. Come close, if not all of them, off your list. Because what it's doing is preparing you for that next purpose. Your life don't end because we stop raising our babies. It don't.
They'll always be your babies.
Come on. I went back to my mom at 30. I got evicted. I needed somewhere to stay. We were sleeping in my car. I had my kids in the back, so we were sleeping in the car. Because I was too proud to go ask to sleep in my mother's house. I didn't want her to know that I failed as a mother. But I had to forgive myself because I didn't fail. I didn't fail. I just went through a hard time. I was going to bounce back, and I did. I said, Mama, let me stay here a couple weeks. I delivered Chinese food. When I tell you, people was like, I ordered Chinese food. I just look like this, but I work for them. It don't matter how you gotta hustle, as long as it's legal. It doesn't matter what you have to do to cut corners and save money. That dream, that investment, that money that's waiting for you. Because guess what? Everybody in this room can be a millionaire if you wanted to. If we stop ordering DoorDash and going to the club, drinking, you know, or getting our nails done, or I literally sat in the braid shop before I came here and was going to pay $180 to get my cornrows done. The lady said, "You don't have enough hair in the front." I said, "Y'all don't need my money." That's God telling me, pay your bills. You don't need your hair done. So I'm okay as I am. I love me. I accept being no braids and everything. You know, I come in here with a skin head, but I love me. It doesn't matter what somebody else thinks about you. It doesn't matter what the world thinks about us. It matters what we think about us. We got to get ourselves up every day. We got to go to work every day. We got to take care of our spouse, our significant other, our children. We got to clean the house. I come home to dishes and say, "I'm not going to cuss my son no more. I'm tired. I'm going to wash the dishes, but then I'm going to send you a cash app for your rent." So it's rules. What's going to improve my quality of life? I'm not going to take care of my children after they're 18. You grown, you get a job, you want help if you live in here. So what's going to improve? Boundaries. Boundaries are important, right? Expectations. And it's not being disrespectful to our family. It's teaching them responsibility as well. If I have to be responsible and take care of you, I need to prepare you to be here in my absence. Before I came here today, I had swelling on the brain. I was in the hospital. Blood pressure was, I don't even remember. Hospital for 4 days. I've had blood clot removal on this leg. 2021, almost had it amputated. Vein transplant 6 inches from here, removed a 6-inch segment of artery there because of it. In 2007 to 14, I'm running, that picture, that's me a year and a half ago. I have lupus, blow up, go down, blow up, go down. I ain't letting it stop me. I'm cool. I love me. I accept me in every way. I'm perfect because he created me this way. And he ain't give me nothing I can't handle. So at the end of the day, I'm going to get up. And I'm going to do for myself. And I'm not going to cry and boo-hoo because somebody else ain't doing it for me. Because they looking at me. They looking at me. I got a young lady looking at me. I got a son looking at me. It would have been beautiful if they had the other parent there, but it's not required. I thank you for giving me my baby. And I got it from here. So don't ever look to somebody else to fill you up, fill yourself up, period. Let's go. Let's go. I think I'd have memorized them. Self-care. That's the first word, right? So that's this paper. Okay. May I have a volunteer to read that paragraph?
What's on the first one?
Yes, sir.
Self-care journal prompts. Using journal prompts is one of the best ways to get started.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize.
Oh.
I'm looking at the second page, sir.
Oh.
Top part. I apologize, everybody. Second page, top paragraph. I want to start with that one.
The day one.
Yes. Thank you.
This paragraph though. There?
Yeah, that one.
Oh.
Thank you.
List 3 different ways of asking for help. Finish this 8-step sentence. I am enough because.
We did that already.
What helps me feel more present? What does setting boundaries mean, and what are my boundaries? What is something I'm doing today I once thought I could never do? What is a hobby I once enjoyed but gave up? Why? Recall a happy memory. Who was with me, and what were we doing?
So these are just examples of what you can put in a self-care journal. And we go back to the first page. And this is just going to be a template. So this is a suggestion that I hope you take and hope you run with if you don't do it already. I put stuff in my phone, just thoughts, anything that come up, anything I want to get off my chest, anything frustrates me, I keep it in my phone. That's my journal. And then I'll go back and read it sometime during the week, and I'll see what I can do as a solution to that. So that's one way you can do a self-care journal, because what that is that monitors my triggers. You know, all of us have triggers, right? I'm very sensitive emotionally. And if I open myself up to somebody, or I'm being very kind and I'm trying to make a good faith effort to even resolve a conflict issue, and I'm still being treated like garbage by this other person, it could be in any setting, it triggers me. Because I've given a lot of myself and I'm being genuine, so why isn't it being received? What did I do? Didn't do nothing. As long as you do the best you can, remind yourself of that. So whatever happens when you think of it, you can use this template, or you can do something like I just suggested. When things happen that trigger us, to try to take us away from all of the work we did on ourselves. I'm not going back. I don't like being angry. I don't like being sad. I don't like being depressed. I love being happy. I love being content. I love being present with myself. I love who I am. So to maintain your peace, what do you have to do? You got to monitor what's going on in your life, right? Self-care journals help us do that. It helps us monitor how we feel, what keeps us calm, what the triggers are. I went down 9th Street today and went past Auntie house and they smoking that stuff, and I'm trying not to go back. I'm gonna read it into it. Maybe I shouldn't go past Auntie house no more. You gotta see what's gonna take you back. I don't wanna go back. You know, that's just an example. But it's not on anybody else to hold us accountable. It's lovely to have someone to hold us. It's beautiful. If I can rely on this person to always tell me, get it together. But guess what's gonna happen to that person? They're gonna get burnt out. Because they gotta replenish themselves. So if this person gets burnt out from supporting you, then you're gonna be feeling guilty again, because now I didn't put too much on them and I'm dumping on them because I was too afraid to face my own bullcrap. So what's the common denominator through all of these relationships, through all of this change, through all of this reframing? What is the common?
You.
Thank you. So are you important? Yes. Give me something. I just want, I'm going left here. One volunteer. Just tell me something about yourself that you have been afraid to face. If you're bold enough, if not, I'll take it.
Well, just recently, kind of going based on like the filling your own cup thing, you know, I am a domestic violence survivor, so going into new relationships, I often find like a lot of like, you know, issues, and it's really hard to, it's easy, like you said, you're very emotionally sensitive, so it's really easy to expect someone to kind of fill that cup for you without even realizing how much, how selfish that can be, and not even realizing you can put it into your, like you really need to fill your own cup and find ways. For example, like over the weekend, you know, I had a little bit of free time, and normally I don't have free time, So I got a little upset over a situation where I knew he didn't have free time, and I made it like this big deal when in reality, like the free time that, I normally don't have, I'm always complaining how I should do this, that, or the other. And when I don't have that free time, I don't feel like such negative energy or feel like he needs to fill my cup to be able to like be happy, because I'm so busy doing everything else. So I feel like in that case, like just recognizing that if I wasn't free, I wouldn't be feeling this way. It's something internally with me that needs to feel that, there was no issue between us, but because internally I wasn't able to fill my cup or recognize that, hey, you know what, this is new, this is free time. There's nothing wrong here. It's just you need to learn that it's not about anything wrong, but more so of what you need to do internally to fill that cup and not feel that need to like create issues.
I co-sign on that. I'm the same way. I'm very clingy in relationships, and I realize that for me, what it is I fear being alone. I fear not being loved. My father was incarcerated when I was 6, like I said, so the only man that I really ever loved left me. Then after that, every other man left me. So what does that do to a child? What does that do to a young teenager? What does that do to a young woman that's experiencing dating? When she gets mistreated, it reprograms her to believe that every man is going to leave you. So you give him your heart, and you take whatever you dish out, and you accept it. But be okay with that, because he's going to leave anyway, so it don't matter how he treats you. But that's abandonment was associated with love. So in turn, what that did was it became reversed with me, where I started abandoning people after I got them to a point to where I want to marry you. No, I'm cool. This ain't working for me. And I was out. I've never been married. I've been asked 4 times. No, something ain't right. Because it was me. I didn't do the work. I didn't feel like I was worthy of being loved. My daddy didn't love me. Why should I love me?
You gotta move past that.
Say it again.
You gotta move past that, because my parents were the same way. They never told me I love you. They were never there for me. And you know what? I turn around and do that for my kids every day.
Come on.
And I've had abuse. I've been abused.
Mm-hmm.
And you gotta remember, there's always someone good out in the world for you. 25 years with this man. I had bad, my first husband beat the crap out of me.
Mm-hmm.
And this man right here is the best thing that ever happened to me.
Amen. Amen.
Yeah, 25 years.
So one thing, and I'm very transparent. I tell my business to everybody. So you see, even on my website, Ms. Rita can attest to that. So the books that I'm raffling off, it's in there. It's an apology letter to my children, pretty much. Because of all of the patterns that I adapted and I put on them, and I showed them, and I exhibited to my daughter, teaching her that she didn't need to know her worth to deal with men. I taught that to my child. Now I'm watching her struggle. So now, being at this phase of my life, I'm trying to fix it. So I can't fix the past. Me and my son have had conversations. My daughter is very close. She doesn't communicate well at all. She reverts and she retreats. That's the door slammer, if anybody got them.
Yeah.
So she's went through a lot, and we got her through. Now she's going into speech pathology with children, so I'm proud of her for that. But one thing is, speech pathology, you gotta learn how to communicate, right? You teaching people how to communicate.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very hard to to have conversations with her. I had to identify a setting where she's comfortable, where she'll let me talk to her about real things. I can't talk to her in the house. It's kind of weird. Like I can't. We go to brunch. She all mine. We in a public setting. It's coming. I'm like, dang. Oh yeah. Like, I've been waiting 3 months for this conversation, you know? But that's where you meet people where they are. You accept them where they are. And I had to learn, because I'm a DV survivor as well. I watched, I don't want to be too graphic because children are here, but my mother pew-pewed her ex in front of us.
Wow.
But he was not unalived. He was alive, but she pew-pewed him in front of us due to many years of it. My father did her for 20 years before he went into, 30 years before he got incarcerated. And I would have read you the poem if the children weren't here. I wrote a poem called Violence is My Love Language.
I read it. Yeah.
So,
Go ahead.
no. But
Get out of here.
the thing is, I share my stories not to say I'm still there, but to tell you that I've been through it.
Yeah, and move past it.
And I came through it, and I'm okay. Because if in relationships now, when those triggers come up for me to flee and elope, I stand and I have communication with my partner. And I'll say, babe, like, what did I do? Or what do I need to work on? If I make you uncomfortable at any point, please let me know, because I have a narcissistic personality. I'm a recovering narc, you know. So I literally talk to my boo like that, you know. But it's me identifying that and not being embarrassed of what I'm evolving from. I'm no longer closed-minded. I'm no longer blinders on. I'm well aware. I'm open. And I'm facing and standing in what I need to fix. My son is 26. I was going to transition this story. But over the years, when I stopped spanking my children, my son was 12 years old. I come home from the work, about to give it to him. This boy looked for a way to run out. There was no way to run out. And I remember the beatings when my mom would lock the door and
You run, you get it worse.
and when he gave me that look, I lost it. Because I never saw that in my child. I said, what? I don't have to do this. What am I doing? It broke me. And from that point on, I told my children, we're going to talk. You do something, I'm cleaning your room. I took their mattress, the TV. Sit in there. That's it, you know. So I found other ways because they didn't deserve that. They didn't ask to be here. They didn't do nothing to me. You know, all that anger, all that whatever, I had to work on that. So I'm saying these stories so you know that it's okay as parents to mess up. But when we catch it, we got to fix it. That's our responsibility. Because we still got to carry them. But we still got to carry who else?
Ourselves.
Come on. That's it. All right? So, this is the inner homework that I need y'all to do. Can I have some volunteers to read, or everybody want to read that, or it's up to you. Anybody want to read it individually or as a group? What's our vote? Group?
I'll read it.
Okay, thank you.
Pray, listen to your inner spirit, writing the ideas down, engage your emotions, be present with yourself, sort through the clutter, expose yourself to new things and opportunities, create a plan, get out of your comfort zone, challenge yourself, have no fear.
What stops us? Fear. What stops us? Fear. I fear nothing but the Most High. Somebody told me you cannot walk the halls in a correctional facility and have somebody tell me I'm going home in a body bag at the end of the day and last for 7 years if I feared a human being. I don't fear that. I'm okay with my master. I'm okay with my Lord and Savior. And I'm okay with me. I ain't did nothing, but if it's my time, let's go. Don't have no fear over the challenges, opening your new business, starting a new career, going there and getting a promotion, having an awesome relationship. Don't fear anything. Y'all too quiet. I'm gonna get y'all. Y'all too quiet. Create a plan. And what do you think when I mean sort through the clutter? What's that? What's sort through the clutter?
Reflect
Yes.
Well,
I'm
the
sorry.
first thing I thought is my home, but also my thoughts.
Come on. That's what we've been talking about today. The clutter is in here.
Don't entertain unrealistic thoughts.
What is it? Who want to say the same for me? Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, right? The clutter is in here. I'm not what somebody called me. I'm not ugly. I'm not this. I'm not lacking. I'm not stupid. I am beautiful. I am strong. I am intelligent. I can do this. I can move out of this neighborhood. I can buy a home. I can get this job. I don't have to work for $5 an hour. I can work for $20 an hour. I can go back. You ain't going back to school. Yes, I am going back to school. Get it out. Get it out. Stop it. We're doing it. It's no little person in there saying it to us. It's us saying it to us. Just stop. Right? I'm running over time, but this is the last thing I want to do, this visualization exercise with you, because something about meditation, I've rebuked it for a long time. Anytime my therapist or counselor told me to visualize and listen to YouTube and get that mess out of here. You can close your eyes or you can keep them open, but I want you to visualize everything you want for yourself, everything you want to change, everything you want to rewrite, reprogram, everything you wanted to do that you didn't think you was capable of, but you know you're capable of because you're afraid to go for it. Because you want to be a group pack-like mentality. No, baby, I'm an individual. I don't have to be like my homies. I don't have to be like my family. I don't have to stay in Philadelphia. I'm in California.
3,000 miles away.
And I'll probably be in Japan next year. That's my visualization. Where you want to be, what you want to do. All right? Oh, this is about your break.
I don't think so.
Oh, it doesn't?
I don't think it's ever worked.
Okay. So I'm going to talk you through this. I am everything that I want. I am everything that I desire. I am enough. I can live the life that I want for myself. I am not what someone has said to me. I am not the patterns of my mother, my father, my grandparents. I am not what society says I am. I am my ancestors' wildest dreams. I am a great example for my children. I am a great example for my siblings. I am a great person. I am intelligent. I am strong. I am important. I am focused. I am capable. I can do this. I will do this. That's good. Does anybody want to share something supportive to the group? Anybody want to share an affirmation that they may use for their own lives? Anybody want to give words of encouragement to one another today? You are welcome to do so at this time.
Waking up in the morning and saying, like, I get to do this or I get to do that, no matter what it is, it literally changes the way your body responds to whatever that hard thing is, because it physically makes you see your life as a privilege instead of as a have to.
Anybody else?
I know a saying that I tell my kids all the time. It's from Albert Einstein, and he says, doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results, is insanity. So I try not to do the same things over and over again. I'm trying to look at new ways to move forward.
Does our entrepreneur want to share anything with the group?
Well, I was definitely always told that I could not do it on my own, that I was not going to be worth anything without him. And yesterday, he saw exactly what I was doing, taking clients from him, and he saw me from where you're standing, saw me doing his clients, you know, homes. So it felt really good. And I just smiled and waved. Just smiled and waved.
Because it's not, your time is precious. The only thing that we really can't control is our time, right? So we don't know the expiration date, but we know that we're here and we have to use it to the best that we can. So however you fill that space, however you use your time, make sure it counts. Make sure it's what? Intentional. Yeah. So even though we didn't get to hear the music, I should have went back there and got my phone, but it's fine. Go on YouTube, do a 5-minute video. They have 30-minute videos. They have 3-hour-long videos. It's a certain frequency that you can listen to just to sit there and just, even if you want to listen to the ocean, even if you want to listen to chirping of birds, it gives a sense of calmness, and I really highly recommend it. So just, you know, check it out, because these are the benefits of it. I move my big head. It can improve everything. But most of all, what it does is it helps us reflect on self. It makes us be present with ourself. It's not, you heard me say, I feared being alone. I feared facing myself. Because when we got to be alone with ourselves, we really got to tap into, right? So don't be afraid to be by yourself, because that's the best thing you can do. When you're okay with you, it ain't no stopping you. That's the barrier. When you're not okay with you, that's the barrier. Okay? I think we're done. So, this is it. Clap it up, everybody. We're going to do the raffle now real quick, because I done had y'all 45 minutes. So, anybody didn't get a ticket? And I need one of my beautiful young people to come up and help me. Do you have a bag, Miss Rita, like that I could possibly shake?
I didn't get one.
Shake the tickets and please. Who's my volunteer today?
One of the kids.
One of the children. Thank you for tolerating Miss Z today. Thank you, Miss Rita. Okay, I'm sorry. Yes, sir. Shake it up real good. What's your name? Harrison, shake it up real good and pick a good one for us. Spill them now.
Pick my ear, don't let me out.
All right. The first one, read the numbers off, Harrison.
8009881.
Yo, okay. And I have a son. Wow. What's your name?
Is it Aaron? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. We got one more, Harrison. Thank you. He's shaking it up real good. We didn't have to go over the other slides because we talked about everything. You get a good one. Read the numbers, baby.
8009883.
Man.
Oh, no! Okay.
The book.
Yeah, it's poetry and it has a testimony in it for you. Thank you, Harrison. Good job, guys. So thank you everybody, clap it up, thank you for attending, bearing with me, thank you for participating and sharing your story. I'm gonna get you next time. I kept looking, you saw me trying to pull you. So, please, 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 you have my card, if you don't, grab it. If you wanna get in touch with me, you can go through Miss Rita, or contact me through email, whatever, if you on the East Coast, and you need some type of whatever, or you just need an inspirational quote. Whatever. I'm in Philadelphia.
Oh.
Yeah. So I came out because, like I said, your word is bond. When you say something, stand behind it. That's intentional. I'm living my life. I'm visualizing my future for me, and part of that is to stand behind my word. I promise, Miss Rita, I'll come and support you all today and deliver and minister to you, and that's what I did. So thank you for coming, and thank you for ministering to me. Because I didn't just heal, you didn't just heal, I healed a little bit today too.
Thank you.
Yes, sir, thank you. Yes. I am a Leo / Virgo.
Oh, okay.
I gotta get with my Southern girl here. Please do the journals. Nice. What's your name? Catherine. Yes.
You have a good night.
Amen.
I was leaving when you
Yes.
An 18-year-old, a 14-year-old, and a 16-year-old. So I didn't know exactly. I was by myself.
Come on.
Okay. So bad and they good and good. You know what it looks like.
When you get to your level or where you want to be, not if you there now, guess what? Reach out to another woman and help them. Reach out to somebody else and minister to them. A young woman, an older woman, whatever.
Most of them don't like to listen when you're trying to tell them something. I mean, I tell my girls, I said, you know what? You deserve better. Don't let anybody ever treat you bad.
That's what I mean. You know, if we can give somebody some good news to help them empower their own belief system and change it, that's the work.
We had horrible parents, and so
Yeah.
trying to get better.
But I thank you for coming in. And all right. Yes, ma'am. Same to you.
Hey.
Girly girl.
She asked
Just come back to you for the
me.
same
She asked me if she can read the book. What do you think?
Yeah.
Probably
No.
not, right?
Yeah.
There's some parts that you can help her, like can go over with her, but it's for adults.
I
Okay,
had to be the
thank you.
same person I was.
Oh, you were gonna
the
say
whole time
something?
we were together.
No.
Yeah.
And so, things always
Thank you
got
so
one
much
that
for your
era.
input and all
And
too.
so
Oh,
finally
yeah.
I
Oh,
had
very
switched that route.
Thank you
I
so
was
much.
sick of
Like, I
switching it. It was
identify,
yellow or orange
with
every
many
time now.
of your
If my body
experiences,
changed or something,
and
it doesn't do
it
the
was
same thing it
good
used to
to
in high
be
school.
here.
Okay,
Because
God saying, you need to be that same person you used to be for him.
I had anxiety a long time ago,
$10
but
coupon
someone
is
read it,
yes.
and
And I
since
went
that
and got a cheap
moment,
box of hair
I
dyes.
said, I'm
Yes.
not writing anymore. So, but lately I've been thinking of starting, journal, and this is great.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna ask her, she likes journaling.
Yeah, you can do this. You can do that, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna ask her, how can I get started, you know?
It's coming
But
together very
this
well.
is perfect.
No, ain't no mistakes. You welcome. Nice to you. What's your name?
It does.
Karen?
Karen?
Yeah.
Nice to
He
meet
did.
you.
He brought more of my inner beauty out just by doing that.
Yeah.
So many things I was like, Dad, I can't wait till one day I can
Karen,
afford like.
Do you have produce in there?
Botox
Did you get it
and,
already?
like,
Yeah,
My friend was on. My friend at work has it. And I'm like, yeah, I want that. And
Yeah.
they like just changing the hair color, like it's made me just feel
Different.
more
Yeah.
of a natural beauty that I don't have to. I love myself more today.
Yeah.
Than I used to, you know.
No, I like it. Looks
Buy
really
a
good.
$1 box of hair dye, you know.
I'm scared to dye my hair, but I'm gonna do it one day.
I was so scared. It took
I'm
me 5 years to make this choice.
Yeah.
Oh,
Really good. Yeah.
Thank you so much. What's your name?
I heard there's mangoes.
Yeah.
Nice to
I'm
meet
sorry, I'm just kind of shy, but I was listening. Yeah.
you. You were my scenario person.
No, that was good.
I loved it.
Thank you,
Very
Miss Rita.
impactful and powerful.
Thank you.
Definitely.
Cause it's I don't like doing the regular. You come and you bark at people. No,
Yeah.
I need them to be present. I need them to understand what is, and associate, and then, yeah, cause it's not, yeah.
You flew all the way out here?
Oh.
I did a Philly, I made a mistake of going to the winter.
Yeah.
I flew to Delaware, Philly, and the other one.
No.
Delaware,
Just
Philly,
kidding,
Chester.
yes.
Yeah, and we was in winter time.
Like, it's like 50 degrees right there right now.
Really?
I know, I didn't read this, but
Yeah, I was my first baby shower and I was like,
Yeah, I might have a
it's something that I wanted to read that I didn't read.
What number is it on?
But
You don't know.
you can email it to us.
I'm sorry. I could have did this in the place of
Mia,
the video,
you,
teaching them how
Molly.
to deep breathe. That's I forgot to do my notes,
Molly,
so
I'm not.
you can probably use this. So using their throat and chest and stomach to breathe.
Okay, we're not gonna go to
just
Granny's.
read that.
Oh.
And then
Then let's walk together.
how do we sit aloof? How do we practice patiently being in our own reflection? If you can read it, I'll email it to you. You're my writing is
Bye. Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you.
Stay safe. Bye.
Thank you. Oh, she's I'm gonna just let her go. I'm gonna let.
So,
Okay.